Yes, ma'am.
I have a question for the gentleman in the black shirt. Yes. My first question is, do you use in-house employees or do you sub out the work for what you're doing?
Majority of the employees are in-house.
Okay.
Majority.
What percent?
Other threads I have to solve.
Okay.
What?
My next question for you is, how long does it take to get materials for what you need?
I have materials.
You have it already. But now materials are always on hold.
Except the windows. I don't have windows, doors, and sliding door. That one I have to order. And this is why I would like these buildings, what we're gonna start first, to meet with each building, not in the same day, you know, give whatever. Now we have a little more window, but I would like, you know, to start tomorrow. And I don't mind, you know, to come after work hours, you know, and talk. The only problem is gonna be a little dark. So that's the only problem, but otherwise, yes, no problem. And I bring everything ready, we just fill out the paperwork and we go from there. And then I can order, so when I start, I have new windows here too, so everything is gonna be completed in the same time. And a very important to this, I forgot to say that, very important, you know, flowers, bushes, green stuff, what's against the building. I don't know, it's between the association
You mean
and the owners.
weeds?
What's against the building, the wall, the fences has to be removed. So, otherwise it's going to be trash, so I don't want to be responsible.
My next question is, I'm not understanding why you have to remove windows in order to do a roof. I never heard of such thing.
It's not for the roof replacement, it's for the
It's not for
siding.
the roof, it's for the siding, for the exterior
So
wall.
you want to let, okay, I got it, please, okay.
It's nothing to do with the roof.
Okay.
We're not doing just the roof, we're doing
Because I
everything.
never heard of such
No, it's
thing.
okay, no
Removing
problem.
windows to replace the roof. Okay.
But you have some windows on the roof too, so that has to be.
Why have a
removed.
skylight over it?
No,
Like
you have
everybody
window on the side of your side walls on the second floor.
else? I don't have a second floor, I don't have a.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Okay, ma'am, we still have a little bit more time. Do you have any more questions?
No, I'm done.
You're good? Okay. Yes, sir.
I have recently come back from a trip and my roof had leaked. How are we taking care of roof repairs at this particular moment? It leaked into my front bathroom and my front bathroom.
What phase are you in?
I'm in phase 2. I
And-
sent a thing on the website.
Are you,
to-
I want to remember, because it came back, Mr. Jolly?
Yes.
Yeah, your email address was wrong on the website. Both replies that you didn't leave a number, you only left something LO64 or something. When we hit that, they both came back undelivered, unfortunately. You're in phase, which?
So I'm in phase 2. I'm right on
Which unit are you?
1712.
17.
So this was a recently?
I don't believe I put a wrong
Okay.
email on.
Yeah, I'll meet with you afterwards and show you. I need to get the correct
Okay.
email from you.
Okay, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, so what we'll do is
I'll talk to you at the end. I have a couple other things.
Yeah, we have your.
You're Jay, correct?
Yes, I'm Jay. We have your building scheduled. It's probably going to be the third one in phase 2. So what we'll do is we'll have his crew come out and dry you in for the time being, so that you have, everything taken care of, because then he'll be removing.
Yeah, I
the
ran the
entire-
first night I was back, and then I noticed it the next day. But it hasn't rained since, and it's all dried up now.
I'll stay here and you can go.
Yeah,
When was that? When was it?
a couple of days ago.
Couple of days ago? Okay, just send me that and I send somebody that tomorrow. Tomorrow you home? Sorry.
Should be.
Okay, I'm gonna send somebody in the morning.
Mr. Jolly, you still have more time. Do you have any other questions, sir?
Not for
Not right now?
not for the group.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to Jay after.
Okay, how long is going to take to do the roofing for each building? How long is going to take?
Well,
Approximately.
Approximately, we anticipate about a month and a half per building, include roofing and structure, not just roofing.
Right. So during that time, we will expect maybe 1 day without lights, right?
Yes, that's for sure. One day is gonna be Well, I don't know, depends on the electrician and the mechanicals, you know, because probably it's gonna be less, but we need to save our $8.
Yeah, and you said also that maybe the windows could break, so we need to be ready to have the money to change, to have the impact
I
windows.
come to your building and I tell you if those needs to be replaced or not. Okay?
Right, but in
And if
case,
they
we
don't
need to be prepared because we
they
never
don't-
know,
yeah,
right?
They don't need to, when we open whatever, who install a window or whatever, you know, I don't wanna remove it and put it back, only if we sign, you know, understanding, I remove it and put it back, but I'm not responsible or whatever
Right.
happens to them.
I understand that, but in case that something happened with the window, we must be ready to come with the money to change the
Yes.
windows and to have the money, whatever, maybe 15,000 because it's,
No, it's not. You have everything is in the contract. It's set your price, so it's not part of the contract, but we set a price. We work together with the engineer and the board, and we find, you know, the best price for the window, and we price the whole community. So the prices are there. You're not gonna pay more or less, whatever says there. The only thing is extra to it is the permit cost. That's it.
right. But it's, but the
And it's
windows.
a lot
is-
cheaper than anywhere you're gonna buy it.
Right, but the windows is a responsibility of us, so we are
Yes.
going to pay for it.
Yes.
So we need to come with the money at least for that, because we need to come with $42,000, I guess, for the roof, and also to come with maybe $15,000 more for the windows. So we got maybe
What
60,000
unit are which?
in phase two,
If
the
they're
more
hurt-
expensive ones,
If they're
Okay,
hurricane.
where? You on the corner, you in the middle?
in the middle.
Okay, then how many window you can have?
That's a very specific question, so let's hold that.
Cannot be so expensive like you
Each
think.
unit owner will get a visit from him
Yeah.
before he
We
starts
start.
their building in advance.
Right.
And he will talk to each unit owner about which windows probably will need to be replaced and what the cost will be on that, and he'll talk to you about payment.
Right, but it's regarding to the money because we need to be prepared for all of these expenses.
Right.
That's going to be extremely expensive.
I think
including all
it
of
would
that.
be helpful to just mention how, how the county operates with respect to when you're taking out the windows, or when you're taking off the facade. And what happens, if the window stays intact, great. Sometimes it's being held in by some of the outside material that comes out. And that triggers what?
He says he has.
Okay,
He said he's gonna
guys,
come
I'm
to
going to go ahead further
I'm telling you.
elaborate
Can we
what he was
see
explaining.
before so we can plan financially?
Yeah, first of all, I would like you to know that the projected time he's giving you is six weeks or so. That is an estimate.
Yeah.
Some buildings could take as much as 8 to 10 weeks, depending on the amount of repair he finds once he starts to open up the
6 to 8.
structural wall or
Six
other
to
components.
6 to
So
10
it'll be dictated at that time. At an average, it could take 6 to 7 weeks, but it could go as much as 10 weeks or so. There will be times that you may have to, leave or close one room. There could be a wall. The wall is bad, the studs inside the wall are bad. So he has to work inside, and there'll be a lot of dust or whatnot, so you may not be able to use that. So be prepared for that. We'll try our best not to have we will try our best to keep it as limited as possible, but things can get to that point. Now, going back to the question about the windows, if you open up the wall and your structural components, which is supporting the window or the door or whatnot, they are deteriorated due to termite or water damage or whatnot, and if those members have to be replaced, then it has to be brought up to the current code. In order to bring it to the current code, he has to install certain amount of studs and the opening and repair the opening as per the current Florida building code requirements. At that time, once he does the framing work and he removes the window, it will be hard for the window to go back on again. So in that case, you will need to have those new windows installed. And that would be the weakest link in your unit. And I would highly recommend while all this work is being performed, this is the right time. If you can afford it, you should be addressing your windows right now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, do we have to vacate the unit?
No, just the room. Supposedly, if you're working on a room and all of a sudden I have worked in several other buildings in this location, in this vicinity of this area where we opened up the wall or removed the T111, all of a sudden the studs are bad. All of a sudden due to the water damage, the insulation is shot and everything else. So in order to repair that, he has to,
So
it'll be more intrusive. So
He
you may have
will
to.
replace this too if this
We
breaks.
put it back the same
If
way.
needed,
How what?
yeah.
The only thing, the floor. I'm removing it, but I'm not gonna put it back.
I'm sorry?
The floors.
You're not removing the floor. I
I'm
know.
removing the floors, but I'm not gonna put it back.
Who's putting it
That's
back?
owner responsibility.
You mean-
You guys think that's all?
Why are you removing floors?
Okay,
How am I gonna
right.
manage the floor?
No, what he's saying is the structural slab will remain in place, any finishing on the floor.
Yeah.
If he is repairing the wall, may have to be removed a couple of feet, he will go ahead and move that, and afterward, it is your responsibility how you want to put it back. Finishing, carpet, wood powering.
Ma'am, you have more time, do you have another question?
Well, what about if, okay, I have a patio, it's all pavers, or I guess it's like a marble actually outside and in the back. Are you guys gonna cover that so it won't get damaged?
The best we can.
Okay.
But I'm not, again, whatever happens, I want to be responsible.
But Levi, I'm sorry, okay? There are people that have spent a lot of money on the flooring.
I understand.
The expectation of the contractor is you properly cover those floors. I don't want to see tar
Nothing this,
men
nothing-
from the roof walking on recent pavers.
I'm
That's what I'm afraid.
You're gonna
I pay a lot of money for that patio.
What he's gonna be done to remove walls and to remove this, I have to cut the floor. I want to be.
You're not understanding the question. The question is, unit owners have spent a lot of money with wood decks, pavers, and tile. The expectation, okay, is that if you are going to work on the external part of this building, and you're going to work with tar, and you're gonna work with paint, that you, as the contractor, will do your due diligence in ensuring that you will minimize any possible damage.
Yeah.
Case in point, I had a contractor once, okay, on another job, that these gentlemen stepped on tar. And guess what this gentleman did? Started walking all over the place with tar on his shoe. This is what I'm talking about. Okay,
No, of
because
course,
you can't sit there and say you're not responsible.
No, I'm saying if I have to.
You're gonna
remove it
take due
or
diligence, we wanna
or
see
cover
floor
it.
coverage, we wanna see floor coverage.
I was just covering that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do my own, but, because I've seen enough construction, but what I'm saying is, you're not gonna paint these buildings without properly securing the unit.
Of course, I can say about that.
You said, sir, you just said I'm not
If I have
responsible.
to remove it.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that we're clear, okay? And I'm going to, that you as a contractor will protect to your best these unit owners, tiles, pavers, that you're not gonna just paint and then not cover. Well, you sir, you just sat there and said that you're not responsible. I wanna make sure.
So I would like to explain as an engineer and project manager on this job, when he takes over a building to work on it, any and all area which is on the exterior of the building where people will be walking, he's going to go ahead, cover it up with the plywood and whatnot, and try to protect it to the best of his ability, and we will monitor that. What he's trying to say here is, supposedly if he's working on a wall, and it happens to be your tile is right next to the wall, then he may have to cut the tile off in order to properly repair the wall. That's what he's saying, but he will cover the flooring.
Understood. It's just like, for example, people have pavers, you have wood